I am so excited about this. Of all the people we've interviewed on the Roula and Ryan show, I have never once got to interview a cowboy, like a real rodeo man.
A bull rider.
We have the 2022 Professional Bull Riders World Champion, Daylon Swearingen, in studio here for the Roula and Ryan show. Hello, sir.
Welcome.
Yes, yeah, thanks all for having me on.
Hi. Okay, off the
He's
air.
watching this. He's like, you guys are weird.
We have been hitting him with so many questions. I'm like, okay, we need to stop talking to Daylon.
Yeah.
We got to save it for the air so the audience can share in the conversation. Daylon, you are 24 years old and you have already won. You are already a world champion bull rider. Give us a little background. Where are you from and how long have you been a cowboy? A bull rider.
Yeah, It's
different. Cowboy
been a
bull
bull
rider.
rider my whole life, and originally from upstate New York, and went to school down here in Carthage, Texas, and moved down here and live down here now.
Now, at what point did you first see a bull and say, you know, I want to get on that thing? I want to get on
See
that.
if I can hold on for a
that
second.
lethal animal.
I think it's some more that livelihood that kind of picked me and my family. Like, just kind of grew up doing it. Started riding the sheep, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So wait,
And-
you lived on a ranch? You grew up on a ranch?
Yeah, grew up on a
well, there
ranch.
you go.
Wait,
That makes
back up.
sense.
You rode on top of a sheep?
Oh
Well,
yeah,
that's like
you-
mud
that's-
busting.
yeah, that's
Mud
where
They
it
do mud
started.
busting at
Yeah.
the rodeo.
Yeah.
Okay, so Daylon said off the air that you've never been to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
I never have.
Oh.
So do you know about the
wow.
phenomenon of what it is?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's
It's-
definitely one of the biggest rodeos to go to, and
So is that something like that's like a goal? When you become a bull rider, you're like, man, am I going to make it to Rodeo Houston?
oh yeah, for
So,
sure.
but you're the 2022 world champ. How are you not in that?
Well, it's just kind of the two different associations.
Oh, okay,
I guess.
okay.
Got it.
Gotcha.
So when you're riding a bull, what is your personal best as far as like how long you've been able to stay on the bull?
Yeah, so we're only scored on 8 seconds. Anything over
After
8
that,
seconds,
they
it's
don't
kind
mark
of
it.
pointless.
So it's
It's about
pointless
your
for you to
Oh my
do?
gosh.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you just jump off after 8 seconds?
Yeah, you try to
thrown
get off. Yeah,
Have you ever
Get
like
out of there as
practiced
fast
to
as
know?
you
Have you ever
can.
stayed on? You're like, you know what? I'm just see if I can stay on for 20 seconds.
yeah. No, I normally try to get off
That bull.
pretty shortly right after.
So from what I've seen of the rodeo over the years, Daylon, the guys, and thank God for this, y'all don't wear your cowboy hats anymore. You wear helmets. How long have y'all been wearing helmets riding the bull?
I've never wore a hat.
You've never worn a hat.
So
Yeah.
your whole
Oh,
career
good.
you've been wearing a helmet,
Yeah,
Thank
which
goodness.
is smart. I mean, the personal risk that you're putting yourself at,
'Cause
the
how much
injury.
how much does a bull weigh? Like 4,000 pounds? Do we know how much bulls weigh?
probably
Like
not
2-ton
4,000,
animals.
That much,
but-
but
That's a
Two-ton
big
animals.
bull, Rolla.
Yeah.
I don't know,
1,500.
2,000 pounds.
I don't think
Yeah.
a good buck. It'd be
Yeah.
like,
Oh, that's true.
That's
2,000 pounds. I
yeah.
can't gauge
4,000
weight.
is
I'm
like-
sure
that's
the
like
force
giant.
of them, though,
That's
is
like
really
2
intense.
cars.
What's the
Yeah.
biggest injury? Is it the wrist? Is it hitting your chin, or is it getting falling off and
Getting
getting stepped
impaled?
on? What's,
Getting gored?
Just kind of depends, and definitely not getting gored. But
If you're gored, you're not
probably
really around to
groins and
talk
stuff
about
like that.
The
stomped
groin.
on?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Have you been injured badly?
Oh no, I've been very blessed.
Knock on
Now,
wood.
when
Yeah.
you see, I mean, how much knowledge do you have about the bull before you even get in, or get on the bull? Like, do you know the bull ahead of time? Like, oh man, that's that
Like,
one.
can you pick a bull that you feel like
Like, what's the process?
I'm familiar with this one because I've practiced on him? Like, how do you use that
Right.
word?
or they just assign you, and you're like, you're
Yeah.
riding old Smokey, you know?
Oh yeah, we get drawed bulls.
Okay.
And then the top 12 guys at the end of this weekend will get to pick their bulls.
Oh.
And
I want that
That'd
one
be
over
what
there. He
they're
looks tired.
You look at him, he's
Sleeping.
tired. Let me reintroduce you, Daylon, for those listening to the Roula and Ryan show here on 104.1 KRBE. We're talking to Daylon Swearingen. He is the 2022 Professional Bull Riders World Champion. He's had 4 World Finals appearances, and he is here this weekend at the Toyota Center. For the first time ever, this event is happening on Friday and Saturday. You can get your tickets at toyotacenter.com. And the event is what? The competition to be the next world champ, or what's the goal
how's
of
it
this
work?
weekend?
yeah, the end goal is to walk away at the end of the year and be a world champion. So each stop that we make helps you become.
So it's kind of
a
like
world champion.
like NASCAR. Every week they're racing.
Uh-huh.
Man, they have a few months off, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
every week they're racing. They get those points. So it doesn't mean you have to win every time. You could be third place the whole year, and you could probably be the champion, right?
Yeah, you
I mean, it all depends.
definitely
So-
could. Yep.
I mean-
I
And the
need
money-
to start winning.
And the money that comes along with it, like when do y'all start getting paid in this process? Is there a winner with like a purse every stop, or is this building to like the grand bank at the end? I don't know how the money works on this.
Yeah, no, we have a chance to win this weekend. Probably right around 50,000 is what it'll pay to win
Wow.
this weekend.
Kevin, you had a question.
Well, he started saying one of the things that they are trying to do is walk away
And then he finished the sentence. I was like, I just want to walk away from it, and be able to walk away from it. And that's in that sense. Do you have a chiropractor on hand to straighten
I would
you back
assume there's
out
got to be a
after
huge medical staff.
Oh yeah, we got a great sports medicine team that travels every weekend with us, and I got a good chiropractor back in my hometown. And
Can you like people that ride bicycles? They wear those special pants,
Like the
for their-
padded
for
pants.
their
Padding?
butt.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a diaper or something you wear for your crotch?
a diaper.
oh, like a cup,
Like an extra
maybe a
cup
cup.
or a pad or something?
yeah, no, I
Just
don't.
Wranglers?
I can't. Yeah, just Wranglers.
Just Wranglers. Really,
Wranglers.
no padding
man.
whatsoever.
Yeah, no pat. Well, we do wear like a vest.
Yeah, you get the vest.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he means like
I'm talking about the stuff that
yeah,
you really want to
you
protect.
sit on.
It is fascinating to us as rodeo observers and not living in that world, Daylon, the everyday of your life. I mean, you said you grew up in the state of New York. You came down here to Carthage for school. Your family, this is your background, y'all are ranchers. At what point did you know that you could, like, instead of being like a steer wrestler or a bronco,
Busting.
what is it? What is the word? Bronco buck riding? What do you call that? Cowboys, bronco buck. Somebody said y'all's questions are making me laugh because I don't know the lingo. That's why I'm saying this is not my field.
That's what we wanted to have you in
What
here.
I'm trying to figure out, Daylon, is how
Educate
do
us.
you figure out that you're going to be a bull rider versus all the other activities that we see at the rodeo?
I guess I actually did other activities at the rodeo, but bull riding is just something where my goals and dreams have always been there, and it pays probably the best out of all.
And it's
of all.
amazing
yeah,
you
yeah.
are pursuing your
Okay.
dream. Could you clear up what are some of the biggest myths about it? Like when I was a kid growing up, the waving the matador, waving the red. What are some common myths like the people get all wrong about you?
I think it would probably be like the bulls. The bulls, they're treated like athletes, and they're bred to do it, and they love doing it for sure.
Because
And
some people say, "Oh, is that cruel to the
yeah,
bull?"
no, it's just like racehorses. They're bred to buck, and if they don't want to buck one day, they won't buck. And
What happens if
crazy.
you go out there and it just decide not to buck and it just prances out there?
Yeah.
And you're, on it,
Prances.
you're like,
Did you ever get an
you have to
extremely
get on
well-tempered
an-
bull?
yeah.
but does it count, or do they say no?
Just
You have
get
to go.
on another
It's got to
one.
buck at least 2 times.
Yeah.
They have a
yeah,
rule.
you could keep that score that you would get. They would still score you, but it wouldn't. It'd be like 10 points, and the winning is going to be like anywhere from.
So they have a judge.
So
that
you don't
judge
get a
the bull?
redo.
So it's judged on the
If the bull doesn't
ferocity
cooperate.
of the bull.
Yeah, how well I ride the bull, 50 points for the bull, and then 50 points for how well we stay on.
Oh
the
wow,
bull.
I didn't know that.
Well, I thought the whole thing was all about how you are in the 8 seconds, but really half of it's on the bull.
Oh yeah, so you got to
I
have
had
a
no
good bull.
idea.
You don't want
You don't
just
want
an
that
easy
just
bull.
prancing
You
out
want
there.
a bull that's still bucking pretty hard.
What happens to these bulls like when it's time to retire?
Oh, they just get retired and they live out
They probably
live
go-
out on the ranch.
Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna get a tomahawk out of this?
Stop it! Stop it! They're out living a beautiful life.
They go with the stud or whatever.
okay,
so they do
so-
that?
It's the circle of life.
If you're
Hey.
just tuning in, we're talking to Daylon Swearingen. He's here for the first time. The Toyota Center is hosting this event on Friday and Saturday. He is the 2022 professional bull riding world champion. He has made 4 world finals appearances. He is 24 years old, and he's been doing this his whole life.
Now you're 24, and somebody text this, and I was going to ask you about this because I watch Yellowstone. Do you have to deal with buckle bunnies?
And what's a buckle bunny?
Now, maybe you're in a relationship. I don't know.
Smiling.
And
Are
maybe
you
you've heard
spoken for
stories.
right now?
Yeah, I'm not spoken for, but the buckle bunnies, that's just that's on Yellowstone.
That doesn't really
Buckle bunnies,
happen.
what, groupies of the rodeo?
They're groupies, and like they
You don't
follow
have
you.
groupies?
Like you don't follow you to like Sacramento next week if you go there.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Or
that's
I
really
haven't seen any yet.
That's some dedication
Better
if
be
you're
careful.
following
Kevin
around
might
the
be following you
Cowboys.
around.
I know.
Am I calling you the right thing?
costume. Wait a
Dylan-
second, they're supposed to be on your back.
Is that the right thing I'm calling you? Are you a cowboy?
Yeah, I would say I'm a cowboy.
You're a rodeo cowboy.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know like all the different.
That's what I kept wondering too, because is
I
there
don't wanna offend.
technically a difference between a cowboy and a bull rider? Like
Or is
not
it-
all bull rider or not all
Not all
cowboys
cowboys
are
are
bull
bull
riders,
riders.
but bull riders are considered cowboys.
Yeah, I guess anybody can be a cowboy, I think.
Well, none of the guys in here can just put on a hat and do
No,
what you do,
I don't
honey.
think any of them could be cowboys.
I want to take him to
I
one
wanna
of
be
those
a
bars
cowboy.
that
I have
have the
so many-
Mechanical bull?
like have a ringer and make bets. Like,
Yeah, how do you
I'm gonna have you
practice?
Oh,
fall
Leon
off.
Boots has a mechanical bull, doesn't it?
Well, have you fall off a few times, and I'll be like, guys, I know this guy could do it. This is the first time he's from New York.
Bet you
guys.
$1,000.
$1,000
he
bucks,
can
I bet
do
you
they
it.
could
get
do
on the
it.
mic though, and now from the state of New York.
Have
we
you
have a
ever ridden a
visitor.
mechanical bull?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot harder than
The real bulls?
No, I wouldn't say they're harder than the real bulls, but they are a lot different than a
Is
real
that how
bull.
you practice, or do you only practice on real bulls?
How do you practice? That's
Yeah,
a good question.
What's your
Mostly-
practice look like?
Mostly on real bulls. I guess the mechanical bull moves nothing like a real bull.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's slippery
So
too.
tell us what is the process,
you have a drink in
Dylan,
your hand.
of
Yeah.
you like
If you got a drink in your
Right, exactly. Because he doesn't have a beer in his hand. No Pabst Blue Ribbon for this professional
hold my
bull rider.
beer. Actually, don't. I'll hold it.
Dylan, tell us about how you in practice to do this? Like, do you you own your own bull on your family ranch? Is there a place where the association has you guys practicing? I don't know. how
Let's
this
start on
works.
Yeah.
You just finished on Saturday, so it's this Sunday. What are you going to do for the week? Because you got to go to the next city.
Yeah, for me, probably just do a little bit of recovery. Like, this is a sport where you can't blow a whistle and stop it. So once you nod your head, it's going to play out however God wants it to. So the good, the bad, the wrecks,
Yeah.
And so sometimes you're battling through some soreness and stuff like that. And we got to battle through soreness all the time just because we're only getting paid when we're going and
So
when we're
even
winning.
if
Because
it's
your
a
whole body's
successful,
being jostled.
Oh, yeah.
even if it's a successful ride, there's still got to be so much like aches and pains
So
from
then you
doing
don't
that.
work. So then you don't go practice the bull for a few days. You got to wait.
Yeah.
You got to let your body recover. Now, do they do anything to agitate the bulls before you get on?
No.
Like, I mean, they're just naturally pissed.
No, they're not naturally pissed. They just know their job and they know.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
trained
Once
to do
that,
that. They know when
once
the
that gate opens,
Uh-huh.
these bulls,
It's
they're
time to go.
normally they start their training at the age of 2, and most of the bulls on tour will
Now, do you
be
have a-
from
do you have a
4.
duffel bag
4.
with you, and it has all like the gear that you use. You go to are you going to Sacramento next week?
Yep. Good.
So you come in the airport, you got your bag, or do you have a team, like a coach?
Yeah. There is team bull riding, and I do have some coaches and stuff. But normally it's just that goes on the weekend. It's just my gear bag and me.
That's interesting you say
Oh,
of
wow.
coaches now, like professional football players. Do you go back and watch tape and say, hey, you could have done this differently?
Oh yeah, we definitely study it and just keep getting better, just like
watching
anything.
reels, like watching tape in the NFL. Okay, so how do you practice on the off days? Like, let's say you need a couple days recovery. You're going to ride a bull on Saturday, let's
Thursday?
say, and then next Saturday in Sacramento, you're riding a bull. So if you need 3 days of recovery, is there like a
Travel
tell
to a
me how
local
that
ranch or
happens.
something?
Yeah, and you don't have to get on practice bulls all the time. It just kind of depends. It's kind of like once you get the hang of bull riding, you kind of got it, and you ain't always got to practice.
It's
I
like
guess.
basketball. They practice once in a while, but a lot of times during the season, they don't have time to practice.
Well, the reason I asked that question, though, Eric, is because anybody can find a basketball court anywhere in this country, but where are you going to find a bull to get on that? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Well, you got to find
do you
a
have like
local ranch, I would assume,
But they're
right?
pros. That he
Like
he
when you're
already knows.
traveling, I guess the only practice you need is the actual competition.
Yeah, and we just compete on the weekends, and then we can go home and get on practice bulls and work out. And
Now, a regular Joe, like say myself or Eric or Kevin, we just decided we wanted to get on a bull. How long do you think we'd last? Like a second?
yeah, it just depends. I definitely would rethink it probably a few times.
Thank you. Yeah.